Hi, this is Ann Latham, and you are listening to Uncommon Clarity. Do you have too much to do? Well, if so, you're not alone. And the good news is that there are 5 effective ways to deal with a work overload. Unfortunately, most people choose number 6, the only ineffective way to handle too much work. So let's look at those 5 ways of handling a work overload. Number 1, you can accomplish more. But don't fool yourself. Just jamming more stuff on your to-do list does not guarantee you'll accomplish more. As a matter of fact, it'll probably decrease the likelihood you'll accomplish more because it'll just make you more stressed. To accomplish more, you have to do something differently. You have to figure out a different approach to the process. You have to get help. You have to come at it from a new direction. Something has to be different, or it's simply not realistic to think you can accomplish more. Number 2, you can cut corners. Now, cutting corners sounds like it means you're going to do a bad job. But I think cutting corners gets a bad rap. Not everything has to be done super well. There are some things that don't deserve so much attention. So figure out what those things are that don't need to be done really well. For instance, if you review an email and review an email and review an email to be sure it's perfect, chances are you won't make enough changes that will have a significant ability to impress the person receiving the email. It'll be done only for your satisfaction. The same goes for documents, things like that. There's a point where it's just diminishing returns. So the third way to deal with overload is to outsource or delegate. Go ahead, figure out who is better suited to do what you need to do. If it's not something that you absolutely have to do, if it's not something you're totally capable of doing, if it's not something you have plenty of time to do, if it's competing with other priorities, find someone else. Outsource it, delegate it, get it off your plate. Number 4, you can postpone things. Figure out what can be done later. Not everything has to be done today, so figure out what can be postponed. And number 5, figure out what can be abandoned altogether. What doesn't even need to be done? When you really look at your to-do list or your responsibilities, you'd be surprised to find there are things on there that really don't matter. They don't make a very big difference to the customer. They don't make a very big difference to improving your organizations or your ability to get more accomplished, to get things done better, to add value to the organization. There are things, I guarantee you, if you look, that just don't need to be done. Abandon those. So those are the 5 effective ways to handle work overload. Accomplish more, cut corners, outsource or delegate, postpone or abandon. All of those can be effective. But unfortunately, most people choose number 6. And that is, they don't decide. They don't choose one of those 5. They just hope that everything can be done. And if you don't make that tough decision, guess what happens? The wrong things fall through the cracks or go by the wayside. What gets done will be driven by things that you find easiest or someone finds easiest, whims, squeaky wheels, your favorite activity. So all those kinds of factors will drive what gets accomplished and what falls through the cracks. This is not the way to decide what should be left behind. So go back to the list and figure out, make those tough decisions. Figure out how you can accomplish more, where you can cut corners, how you can outsource or delegate, what can be postponed and what can be abandoned. Those are your 5 effective choices. You've been listening to Uncommon Clarity with Ann Latham. If you are interested in how we can help you get better results in half the time, please visit uncommonclarity.com. Thank you for being here, and good luck with your next decision about how to handle work overload.